As a physiotherapist, I wish one day physiotherapy will come up as a alternate healthcare means for prevention and treatment for all kinds of ailments. If it has to be so, my profession should have competent services which makes the patient to choose this over the other. And if my profession has to have competent services, there should be proper analyzing tools which makes my profession services in a better way or a very competent way. Let's take the example of olive oil. Olive oil is considered to be one of the best oil because it has got some more added value than the other oil. Maybe it has got little more health benefits than the other. Maybe it has got little more better taste than the other, or maybe it will help in increasing the beauty of a person. Anyways, when we think why it is chosen over the other, because of the added value of it. So again, when we consider one olive tree to be better than the other tree, it will be definitely by the fruit producing by it. The quality of oil being produced by the fruit produced by that particular tree, that will add on the value of that particular tree. So what I am trying to say is, if physiotherapy services has to be more valuable, the physiotherapist should produce more valuable services. This is possible only when we all work in such a way, in a very systematic way, in delivering very competent services. Every one of us needs to be a valuable physiotherapist. The value of a person is depending upon the fruit produced by it. So when we consider a valuable physiotherapist, it has to be by the value of services delivered by that particular physiotherapist. Our experience may be increasing, our degrees may be increasing, or we may be adding some other things to our profile. These all things will help only in increasing our cost as physiotherapists. This is what I was explaining in my last video. So you should understand the difference between cost and value. If we want to bring up our profession, we need to add on to the value of our services. This is the scenario where we need to consider about the college. We may be talking about some college dropouts who became legends. See, what you should understand is, every college dropout is not becoming legends. Some of them become strategic threats. Some of them become economic threats. Some of them starve and die. But some people will add value to their life or to the work which they do, will make them legends. So our profession actually is in some kind of budding stage, or it is a kind of developing profession. It's not a totally developed profession. So as physiotherapists, we should work hard in such a way that all our services becomes highly competitive by adding more value to each and every services. So how can we do that? How can we add value for the services which we are delivering? So each and every day of our experience or year of our experience should add more value for our services. So how can we add more value and how can we rate it? See, adding value is possible only when we analyze the areas in which we can add value. This is possible by means of many analytic tools. I have came across one business analytic tool business tool name is value proposition canvas. This tool actually is used for knowing or for analyzing the value of a particular product or maybe a particular service. But here I found it very interesting because this will help us in analyzing our services maybe every year, or maybe when we add on some extra degree or maybe some extra skills in our profession, we can reanalyze our protocols, our service in such a way that it adds on value for the services from the patient perspective. Then only the patient will consider it as a valuable service and will be ready to come forward to try that particular treatment or to try that particular service. So now I'll explain you what is this value proposition canvas. This value proposition canvas, as you see, it has got two different aspects. One is the patient profile or the customer profile, and it has got a value proposition of the services which we are providing. So the customer profile has got certain jobs, then it has got certain gains, and it has got certain pains. See, this pain aspect is the pain which the patient may have to bear in order to get the work done. So here, as I have mentioned, the job which the patient has to, I have taken the example of a post fracture mobilization, post fracture stiffness of as a condition for the analysis. So here the job which the patient expects is that he has to do all the activities of daily living. That is the job which the patient is expecting when he is ready to buy a particular service from you. So in that process, the patient is fearing the pain of mobilization, the duration of time required for this particular treatment, and finally he is expecting some gain. That is why for getting the job done, he may have to go through the pain, but finally he is expecting certain gains. See, now you need to consider this with what we are doing in our regular practice. When a patient comes to us, we used to note down all the problems which the patient says. From that, we develop some objectives for the treatment and we plan certain treatments. So here we are expanding the patient perspective so that we can add more value for it. See here, when we take down the problem list, we don't usually take down that the patient is having the fear of mobilization or any such things. Here we have broadened the analysis in such a way that we can add some more value for our services. So here, according to this, if we plan the treatment, for example, for making the speeding of the process of recovery, what we can do for speeding up the recovery, what we can do for bringing down the pain during the mobilization process. So these all things we can try when we broaden our analytic skills and analytic tools which we use. So this is just an example that I am giving. You can use many other tools. Let this be a model for you, or let this be a beginning for you to develop something by your own. I am not telling that I am using this. See, from this is not 100% fit for our profession. This I just wanted to introduce to you as a beginning. From this, you should develop your own tools for analyzing all the patient problems, not just the one which which will give the ultimate goal of a 100% ROM or a pain-free joint. It is much more than that. We can add much more value to our services in many other ways. So this is how we need to think and develop each and every services so that it becomes highly competitive. Now in one more scenario, we can analyze this value proposition canvas. Now if you look at here, you can see the benefits, the features, the experiences. By that you can add on value, the experience. Maybe you can provide a little more comfort to the patient. Okay, see, every year we may be increasing our charges in a particular clinic. We may be revising our charges every year, but is the patient happy with the increased charge? Obviously no. I know some hotels, some lodges who are still charging what they are charging in 1999 or maybe in 2000. So after 20 years they are charging the same amount. We got for 1 rupee in 1999, we may get only for 10 rupees now. But still these hotels are charging only the same amount. That means if they are charging higher amount, definitely the customers will go to a better facility. This is what you need to understand. This scenario you need to understand. You need to apply here. If you want to charge something extra, you need to provide something, some extra value. Maybe you need to provide a little more comfortable bed, which may not be costing much. You can analyze the cost. See, many other scenarios also come related to this. You need to consider all the scenarios and provide some extra value so that you can charge better. Without that, it is not so good to charge in a higher manner. So these all scenarios, let this tool help you for the better analysis of your services and your infrastructure, and let it help you to come up with better services and better prospects. Let us work wholeheartedly and sincerely to bring up our physiotherapy services to a priceless level.